Hey crypto. Hey crypto.
Hi guys, my name is Peter Chung, the head of business development at Corbett and host of K Crypto. And joining me today, and hopefully for many more future episodes, is one and only lovely Monica.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you and nice to be here. So my name is Monica and I'll be the co-host for K Crypto. K Crypto is going to cover all the latest news and trends from the Korean crypto industry, specifically tailored for the international audience. So what are we going to talk about today?
Okay, in today's episode, we'll talk about from overseas crypto traders when it comes to Korean crypto exchanges.
Sure.
And that is that, can foreigners trade on Korean crypto exchanges? And I think there's a lot of confusion out there because there has been over the years many kind of conflicting headlines. I think many international users outside Korea are really confused if there's anything, what they can and cannot do in Korea when it comes to crypto trading.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, actually.
Just to give you a quick, short answer, is that yes, foreigners can trade on Korean crypto exchanges. There isn't any regulations that specifically prevent or prohibit the non-Koreans from trading on Korean crypto exchanges.
Okay, so what about this headline I saw a few years back, early 2018?
Yeah.
Foreigners are banned. What about that?
Okay, so that's why I said the short answer, because the reality is a little bit more nuanced than that.
All right.
So to describe the current environment, we need to turn back the clock and go back to January 2018. Remember then? 2018?
I do remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in January that year, it was, as you may recall, in the midst of the most
Boom.
boom and the huge speculative activity going on in the crypto market, especially in Korea. So
Yeah, Korean premium.
that's right, yeah.
No, kimchi
premium,
sorry.
yeah. Your kimchi premium was like huge, 30%, 40%, 50%. So the governments were not too happy about all that speculation taking place. So they wanted to do something about it. But they didn't have any legal framework to justify interfering in the market. So the only thing they could do was issue guidelines for the commercial banks, how to interact or how to conduct their business when dealing with crypto exchanges.
All right.
Well, the main thing about the guideline was that basically if the commercial banks were to provide fiat service for the users on Korean crypto exchanges, they'll have to be able to do so through the real name verification accounts.
So what are these real name verification accounts?
Yeah, so this is like in other parts of the world, sometimes known as the virtual accounts or shadow accounts. And these are often used by the business entities that needs to identify payments from a large group of users. So maybe customers or sponsors or sometimes employees, vendors. Now the Korean banks have added additional layer of security by requiring that when you issue these accounts, it should be issued only to those whose identity can be verified on the country's resident registration system.
Oh, okay. So could I not just show my passport and get verified like that?
Unfortunately not, because specifically in this case, banks have to follow a certain protocol to identify users, and they can only do that through based on the information on the resident registration system. And only the Korean citizens can be on this system. So simply showing the passport is actually not going to fit into their defined protocol.
Okay, I got you. But I think I heard about some exchanges that actually allow deposits and withdrawal. So what's going on with that?
Yeah, so what's happening there is that some exchanges are not really following this guideline. They are providing fiat service through their omnibus account at their banking partners. So what's really happening here is the users on this type of exchanges are depositing into, not under their own name account, but into the exchange's account.
Oh,
So
okay,
there's no
gotcha.
segregation of funds between users and the exchanges. So it's a bit riskier situation. These users are exposing themselves to the risks of exchanges credit risk of the exchanges. So it's not really kind of a practice that is recommended by the regulators, but nonetheless, some are doing it. But it's a practice that I think will be suspended in future because the revised legislation, which we'll talk about in the next episode, specifically prohibit exchanges from doing this type of things.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I think I understand it a little bit better. Thanks for explaining. So do you have foreign traders on Corbett? Because you just said it's not possible, right?
Yeah, well, it's not possible to deposit or withdraw Korean won. But if you don't have to deposit or withdraw Korean won, you can trade on our exchange. So for instance, you can fund your account not by depositing fiat, but by depositing crypto assets like Bitcoin or Ripple or other kinds of assets. And then you can trade on the exchange. You can even keep your proceeds from selling your Bitcoin in Korean won as long as you don't withdraw that. And you can use that proceeds to fund your next trade, for instance. So as long as you don't try to deposit or withdraw Korean won, that means you don't have to rely on the banks to provide fiat service. And therefore, you can do most of the activities on on Corbett and other Korean
I
exchanges.
got you. Just to get some exposure to some of the coins or
That's right. Yeah.
investment that you can get.
Exactly. Yeah. So if there are some coins that are only listed in Korean exchanges, for instance, you can still buy them by maybe funding or depositing your accounts with Bitcoin, for instance. Trade that into KRW points, and then use that to buy whatever the coins that you're looking to get an exposure to.
I got it now.
Okay, good. That means I've done a good job.
You have.
I hope that clarifies a lot, and that's the end of first episode of K Crypto, and hope to see you in the next episode.
Bye for now.
Bye.
K Crypto. K Crypto.